Hi, I'm Aneesha Kommineni, Product Manager for Material Design. Today, I'm excited to share with you what's new in material design for developers and designers. I'll walk through new features designed to help you create expressive and engaging experiences, apps that are personal, spirited, and unexpected. You will also hear from Creative Director Stewart about our design vision. And Euphrates Dahout, Material System Design Lead, will share how our resources and tools are a key part of how you can start using Material today. Before we get started, an overview of Material. We are Google's open source design language for building beautiful, usable product experiences. Both Google's products and Android's app ecosystem use Material as a foundation for design and code for Android, iOS, Flutter, and web. All right, let's dive in. Today, we're excited to announce that Material 3 APIs have graduated to stable, so you can make production-ready Jetpack Compose apps with Material U. Our design guidelines, spec, and Compose code library are available so you can get started building Android apps using Material U. You learned a lot about Jetpack Compose in Android's talk. With Material U for Compose production ready, you get the best of modern Android development and the latest from material design. And the component library is more robust than ever thanks to you. We listened to feedback and requests from the developer community and added new components, such as date and time pickers. Material 3 views and Flutter libraries are also now stable. You can explore the M3 releases for views in Flutter and get started with the updated libraries. Next up, I'm excited to share these features that combine the best of Material's creative direction and code. First up, we're introducing a modern and unique carousel with a brand new component design that brings our expressive shape language, parallax on imagery, and motion system to life. With its unique animations and curves and dynamic compression and expansion, the carousel makes it easy for you to expose your users to a lot of imagery or give them many options quickly. Speaking of motion, Material and Android work together to improve back navigation by bringing you predictive back animations. These animations will help your users anticipate where the back gesture is taking them, resulting in a more comfortable, natural, and polished back experience. We are taking Material U's expressive color system to the next level of accessibility with new contrast themes. Your users will be able to choose between standard, medium, or high contrast. You can now easily integrate these features into your workflow with our updated code and design resources. This includes a complete component library and connected styles in our design kit for Figma. We hope you're as excited as us about the tablet and foldable release announcements. To help you make apps for tablets and foldables, we have made a major refresh to our guidance that makes it clearer than ever how to design and implement for large screens. Check out the Material U for Large Screens talk to learn more. You can find all of this on material.io. So that was a quick peek into all the new features of Material. Before we dive into the design and engineering details, I'll hand it over to Andy to tell the story of the inspiration and creative philosophy behind what's new in Material.
Thanks, Aneesha. In 2020, design teams across Google came together to collaborate on a new design. We set out to make every user experience personal, incorporating users' tastes and preferences. We set out to make sure that their experiences with apps felt alive, that they are spirited, that they surprise users in unexpected ways. We set out to make every experience feel tailored to their individual needs. To show how Material's future incorporates these intentions, we've created a short film that I'm super excited to share with all of you today.
Designers often say form follows function. It's so obvious. But what if there's more to form than just the function? What if actually form follows feeling? Like at Google Design, we used to think screens should feel like paper. Paper is a surface for information in the real world, Let's do the same in the digital world. It made sense, but it just turned into stacks and stacks of dead paper. So much paper. So if paper is too limiting, what's the new material for our screens? How do you breathe life into something without making it feel fake and cringy? We asked ourselves, can pixels feel spirited? I saw folks on the team getting super excited and inspired by all kinds of far-flung ideas. Octopus skin, pumped-up lowrider paint jobs, the way leaves rustle under your fingertips. You name it. For example, we started working on the surface effect, a kind of erratic light pattern that was weird and beautiful. Early testers actually thought their screens were broken. To us, that was progress. Then we had this button prototype that squashed out when you touched it. What material is that even made of? Water, oil, rubber, marshmallow? It was way more than function. It was so not minimal and not mechanical and not modern. It was cute. It was comfy. It had spirit. We totally tossed what we thought we knew about clean, simple, pure modern design. We followed our feelings and stuff just came alive. It's alive! Our knee-jerk default to minimalism was blocking us from this other world of play, of things responding to each other, dancing together. A world where form follows feeling. And design is full of expression, like you.
Finding moments for the user to express themselves and to feel those flashes of spirited, pixely magic shows the importance of treating form and feeling as essential ingredients for engaging, memorable experiences. We want every user to have a personal experience, one that's tailored just for them. To do this, we've transitioned our creative direction to bring in the end user into the design of the experience as a co-creator to make devices and experiences feel truly personal. We've transformed our colour system to be more accessible and truer to your intent. We've unlocked typography with variable fonts. Shapes don't have to be all the same shape all the time. And of course, motion that engages. Everything stems from this exploration of how a system can be both scalable and personal, both systematic and capable of surprises. We push the boundaries of UX conventions to see if these polarities could coexist in the same screen even. It's a way of giving more flexibility to you as well the app makers. Come and join us and build personal apps with Material You. People are already using it to create amazing experiences, and we can't wait to see what you create. Next up, Aneesha will dive into the details of motion and colour updates to showcase these foundations for expressive and personal apps.
Thanks, Andy. The Material Motion Update is a celebration of movement, inspired by the fluidity of the natural world. It elevates the design and development craft, making it more spirited. In the real world, objects don't stop or start instantly. They take time to speed up and slow down. We've introduced new motion in the system so that it reacts in ways that are not necessarily expected, that go beyond what we've come to expect, to ways that are surprising, delightful. Our new easing mimics the wonders of movements that we're familiar with in the physical world, which means more expressive and more natural movement built into our system. From snappy takeoffs to soft landings, the motion of Material 3 feels more spirited, more alive. Let's dive into how this is implemented. In M3, easing and duration is smoother and more responsive. With easing, your transitions will look more natural. And we made durations longer for a more gentle landing. We're taking a bigger leap forward with motion by introducing the new carousel component, which uses adaptive shape morphing and motion to create a parallax effect. This gives users a unique and fresh experience while browsing images and content. The design details lean into the most expressive parts of M3, such as the soft corners and smooth motion patterns. It is imbued with speed and tactile movement that makes the user want to scroll. Items are different sizes to communicate clear visual hierarchy and non-equal attention. Multi-browse carousel is now available in the Material Android Views library, and we plan to follow up with more variants in both Views and Compose. Material is leveraging the updated back, progress, and custom animation APIs in Android U to bring you new predictive back animations that make navigation more expected in one of the most top-used gestures. Material's predictive back animations are now available in Search, Bottom Sheets, and Side Sheets in Material Android for Views. We'll be following up on this release with predictive back animations in more components, such as the bottom navbar and navrail. Try these out today to give your users a smooth and intuitive back navigation experience. The easing and duration enhancements, along with the new carousel and predictive back features, are just a few of the ways Material helps you deliver spirited UI. Color is inseparable from identity. From the fashion we wear to the cars we drive, we put a lot of thought into selecting the hues that best represent us. We launched Material U to bring you in as a co-creator of design. A key feature of Material U is dynamic color, which gives users the ability to create individualized palettes based on their wallpaper choice. As app makers, you get it for free because it's built into each of our components. We've learned a lot since we first released dynamic color, and we're excited to unveil our latest upgrade. 4 brand new features: color fidelity, content-based dynamic color, contrast themes, and monochrome, will equip you with additional means to provide your users with personalized and spirited encounters. Dynamic color's popularity hasn't gone unnoticed. We want to unlock more of its power for you, the app makers. So we're expanding the expressivity and personalization dynamic color can give you with color fidelity. That means when you use the Material color system with high chroma, think rosy red, hot pink, jade green, we produce a wider range of colors that are accurate to your brand's custom schemes, resulting in personalized palettes that are more expressive. With color fidelity, you can stay true to the spirit of your brand. You can enable it using the Material Color Utilities library. Color fidelity is great if you want to use the Material color system to make a static theme for your app. But what if you want to go a little farther with color? Here's how. Suppose you have a card showing information about movies. Wouldn't it be cool if you could have the UI around the image adapt so that it's infused with the colors in the image itself? As you scroll through different movies, the card would change colors to match the poster, making it a more lively, immersive, and engaging experience. We call this content-based dynamic color. The Material Color Utilities library and Material components make it easy to bring this into your app. Just imagine the possibilities: a user's profile image, sports scores, a media player, really any content on screen. Next, let's talk accessibility and personalization. Everyone has their own unique wants and needs. One low vision user's needs may be completely different than another's. Material is releasing new high contrast themes to meet these needs. On the left is the current default theme. In the middle is a new medium contrast theme that meets the 3:1 contrast ratio. And on the right is a high contrast mode theme that raises the contrast even higher, while retaining the visual characteristics of an app's color palette. Each contrast theme has a dark version for a total of 6 themes. If you're using dynamic color, you'll get contrast themes for free. If not, you can use Material Color Utilities. Last but not least, in Android U, we're releasing a brand new feature that allows users to personalize their system color scheme with a monochrome variant. Monochrome is fully black and white, but it's more than just a color filter. Tones have been carefully tailored for a sleek and bold but well-balanced look. We've also preserved places where hues are important, like your photos or color coding, so monochrome works just as well as full color. With these advancements in Material's color story, you can make your designs more spirited and engaging through personalization.
Now that we've got you excited about these compelling updates to the system, I want to shift the focus to you, the design system users, designers, developers, and all in between. you're the hero in this story. We construct and release the system to supercharge your ability to build, create, and innovate. We recognize building user experiences involves a lot of collaboration, so we invested in tools that aid in the end-to-end creation journey to help you realize your imagination. We're coming up on 10 years of material next year and have a vision for the future of how design systems are crafted, delivered, and consumed. We aim to make it easy for designers and developers to collaborate better. Relay is just one example of how we're connecting material to your workflow by enabling instant handoff of components you design in Figma to composables in Android Studio. Check out Relay's workshop at I/O this week. Speaking of Figma, the way we work with the design system as designers and developers has to adapt to our workflows and the tools we use. So let's talk about the M3 Design Kit. The M3 Design Kit is available for free through our Figma community page, and it's a big part of how we're getting material closer to your workflow so that getting started is faster and applying updates is easier than ever. In the past year, we have invested in the craft and comprehensiveness that makes this the go-to place to start your design, in tandem with the guidelines and code libraries. To superpower your designs, I'm happy to share that the components in the kit also include prototyping capabilities, so your mocks can come to life in Figma's prototyping mode. Additionally, we've refactored nearly all the components to be better, more flexible, and even closer to implementation. Our team now performs rigorous QA on these components to productionize and stress test them before release. These components have all the states and variants baked in, available at your fingertips. We designed them so that their complexity is under the hood, so they are easy to use. But what's especially great about using material is working with design tokens and being able to design semantically by token and role. Tokens are the future. They allow designers and engineers to speak the same language as they talk about design, and they also allow the most awesome flexibility never before seen. You design once using tokens and get every mode: light mode, dark mode, etc. Need high contrast mode or to change your chroma? No sweat, tokens will remain the same across modes. Personalization features alone are reason enough to start designing with tokens, and you get these roles for free when you design with the M3 Design Kit. Over 300,000 of you use the kit. Help us get to 1 million by getting a copy today. With that kind of volume traffic, quality is important. We've set up channels of communication so you can share feedback and bugs. We're listening and continuing to build the kit for material users. The Design Kit is one of the best ways to get Material 3 in your hands. You can make a copy to your Figma account and try it out to start working with our components and styles today. Today, we've announced a lot of new features, showing how we're evolving Material U. You've also learned about how we're investing in new technologies to help designers and developers work together better.
Head over to Material U, your starting point for all our guidelines and resources, including everything we've covered here today.
Get started building with Material U for Compose to give your users experiences that are personal, spirited, and unexpected.
We want to leave you with something to spark your imaginations.
I didn't get into design to make things boring. Design is all about sweating the details. It kills me when the little stuff doesn't line up. But does everything have to be exactly the same? Every doorknob isn't the same, but people still manage to get in and out of all sorts of rooms, right? Similarly, do apps need to look exactly the same, or can a system leave room for something unexpected? See, when we started drawing Material U, we were choking on our own rules. So we loosened up. People started bringing their first ideas to the table, the big, never in a million years will we actually make this ideas. We loved it. It was spicy. So we thought, maybe instead of laying down rules, maybe it's more like laying down a beat. There's a structure, but it's not rigid. It's a rhythm, not a rule. Hear me out. When you've got the groove going, you can play on the beat or before the beat or after it. Like one team member broke all the rules for how we were pairing colors, and it was dope. Another one was asking why there can't be more than one kind of button per page. I feel that. Or maybe it's okay to sometimes obscure information with the mask. We can go big and wonky and wavy, and we don't have to fit each idea into a formula. It's more like a crazy little solo sitting on top of that groove. Maybe it's never played exactly the same way twice, but you still hear the song. That's the idea with Material You. It's structure, not a straitjacket. We lay down a beat, you make it swing.